Incapacity law affects millions of Americans, yet many don't understand it until they're facing a crisis. Whether it's a parent developing dementia, a spouse suffering a traumatic brain injury, or planning for your own future, understanding how the law views decision-making capacity is essential. Incapacity law refers to the legal principles governing when an individual is unable to make informed decisions due to mental or physical conditions. This incapacity can be temporary, permanent, or fluctuating, and it has profound implications for everything from healthcare decisions to financial management. An important distinction exists between legal incompetence and medical incapacity. Incompetence typically refers to a legal determination, while incapacity often relates to medical conditions. Most states define a legally incapacitated person as someone who cannot take care of their own physical safety and health. To perform legal actions like signing a will or entering a contract, a person must be legally competent. Incompetence can be determined by several factors. Age is one consideration, as individuals under 18 are generally not held to the same legal standards as adults. Mental capacity is another factor, with courts examining whether a person understands the nature and consequences of their actions. Once a court determines someone is legally incapacitated, it can appoint a conservator or guardian to manage their affairs and ensure their daily needs are met. Undue influence plays a critical role in incapacity law, especially in estate and trust disputes. This occurs when someone's free will is overpowered by manipulation or coercion, leading to decisions they wouldn't have made otherwise. Courts look for warning signs such as isolation from family, unusual property transfers, abrupt changes to legal documents, or dependence on a single caregiver. In some cases, courts may presume undue influence when a beneficiary had a confidential relationship with the incapacitated person and actively participated in creating legal documents. Determining incapacity involves specific legal and evidentiary tests. Courts typically examine whether the person can understand relevant information, appreciate the consequences of their decisions, and communicate their choices. Evidence may include physician assessments, testimony from family members, behavior patterns suggesting confusion, instances of irrational decisions, or signs of manipulation by others. Different jurisdictions have their own standards, with some states like California establishing detailed criteria in their probate codes. Planning ahead with legal tools is one of the most effective ways to address potential incapacity. A springing power of attorney becomes effective only upon incapacity, while a durable power of attorney remains valid even after capacity is lost. Revocable living trusts allow a successor trustee to manage finances if the grantor becomes incapacitated. Advanced healthcare directives specify medical preferences and designate decision makers. These tools can prevent the need for court-appointed conservatorships, which are often time-consuming and emotionally difficult for families. Testamentary capacity refers specifically to the legal competence needed to create a valid will. This requires understanding the nature of making a will, knowing the extent of one's property, recognizing who would naturally inherit that property, and forming a rational plan for distribution. A person who lacks testamentary capacity cannot create a legally binding will, and any document they produce may be challenged after their death. Incapacity law varies significantly across states. California law takes a nuanced approach by distinguishing between different types of decisions and applying separate standards to each. Other states follow the Uniform Probate Code, emphasizing a person's ability to understand, recall, and communicate decisions related to property and family. Some jurisdictions recognize fluctuating capacity, acknowledging that a person may have lucid intervals amid cognitive decline. Understanding incapacity law is crucial for protecting yourself and your loved ones. By recognizing the legal standards for capacity, identifying signs of undue influence, and implementing appropriate planning tools, you can ensure that wishes are respected and needs are met, even when decision-making ability is compromised. Consulting with a qualified attorney who specializes in this area can provide the guidance needed to navigate these complex legal waters effectively.